Hello Minecraft fans and fellow Christians. I'll be using this channel to showcase Minecraft mods that I think God wouldn't mind us playing. And I gave this Minecraft channel to God, so his blessing is entirely up to him. And I'll be experimenting with a Minecraft animation series, but it'll probably be off in the future sometime. For now, I might as well show you the Minecraft world I'll be experimenting with mods in. These houses are to make the place look much nicer, and the villagers are to also make the place look friendlier. I like villagers. They don't typically annoy me. Now that is the archery slash target range, and that's the raceway right around it to test such mods. That is my fortress and my bunker, both of which are somewhat copies of something from a mod, but I decided to make them look a good deal better than the originals did. Believe me, they're looking a whole lot better now than they were before. And that is a big empty space for testing mods. This is the list of good mods, evil mods, and mods that I don't know which the other two lists they should go on. Now, as far as the good mods, I found these mods on CurseForge, which I wouldn't recommend them to you unless I thought they were good. Now, the only one that wasn't on CurseForge was Galacticraft. That happened to be on McDougal8's official site. He created the mod, and I suppose he has the right to do what he wants with it. He still has it for free, but anyway, it's a very good space mod. Has a couple of Minecraft add-ons that I would also suggest. Now, the in-between list. Yes, I added the Betweenlands first as a small joke, but anyway. The Betweenlands has wights or a type of ghost that try and possess you, but the general idea is to stop that since they're the enemies and all that. And there's a few other unchristian things that you can avoid, but until the mod's complete, I don't think I'll be showcasing that mod. And similarly for Ether 2. Ether 2 has a story mode in which you see it includes a necromancer as your acquaintance, and I particularly don't like the idea of having a necromancer as an acquaintance or friend. And the wiki seems to indicate a small chance of him being a villain, but until further certainty, I don't think I'll be doing that mod either. Botany. Like the first two, I don't fully know about it, but seems pretty complete though. And it's a magic mod that I don't seem to mind at all, except for the lack of information. I tried playing it some, but I lost a little interest due to some other great mods. My policy is based on three principles: the source of magic, the focus of magic, and the effects of such magic. And I'll make the distinction that there's fantasy magic and then there's magic in real life. Magic in real life is witchcraft, sorcery, and all that, which ain't good, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then there's fantasy magic, which can go either way based on how it's used and all that. And the way to distinguish between the two is whether or not it's coming from a completely made up source or something. Hence the first principle. And Botania is, well, providing a source of plants as a magic source. And with the focus as machines, gathering that magic for your use. They go ahead and gather resources as the effect. Now, all three of those seem to be alright, so I'm not going to disqualify it yet. If Botania fans want to see the showcase on this channel, I might as well go ahead and showcase it sometime, if I don't find anything really wrong with it. Now the evil mods. I hate to try and end on this note, but anyway. Some of these are rather obvious, but Thumbcraft, the art of thaumaturgy, which is supposedly the art of wonder working or miracle working, one of the two, but anyway. That all sounds well and good until you hear about the occultism and all that. I particularly don't like that kind of magic, and it's too much. It's still fantasy, but it's the wrong kind of fantasy. It's part of the evil imagination that the Bible talks about, to put it simply. And Abysscraft. Yeah, for those that haven't heard of it, if you go ahead and search up Google Images for it, you'll find out that it's probably just as terrible as it looks. Now, I'll try and on a happier note by showcasing these structures I made. The fortress, even though it looks bigger, is somewhat easier to showcase first. And this is my banner. I decided to go ahead and create a banner that seemed a lot like the Crusader banner, since I didn't have too many other Christian banners in mind. I tried to keep some of the original patterns from the fortress, and I took some liberties on what blocks to use. Right now I'm using just vanilla Minecraft, so I use vanilla blocks. That way I'm not dependent on always keeping a certain mod with me. Now, as you may have noticed, the 4 turrets get progressively smaller as I go up. It's visible from the outside and somewhat visible from the inside too. Now this is the armory, if that wasn't obvious. And just a few armor stains. Oh. In the original Fortress, this was basically where you're introduced to the boss. And this is supposedly where you ended up fighting him. Teleportation and so forth. I was the one that added the ladders and all that. Now, as for the bunker. This is one of those cases where the tip of the iceberg is way smaller than the rest of it. And I'll try and just let it speak for itself as far as its real beauty. And one thing I don't like is that it was somewhat empty, but I guess that's somewhat necessary for the showcasing. This is reinforcements, just to look nice I suppose, but anyway. The real reinforcement is behind that glowstone, obsidian, which is completely blast resistant. This is the furnace comparison area. Compare new furnaces with the old kind. Mob weakness testing area. And a enchantment table testing area too. Compare with the old one. And this was the sort of emptiness I was talking about. These floors go to the bedrock level, or at least near it. I decided to collapse 2 floors into one in order to afford some extra room and height so that I can explore taller mods. Now this is the last floor. This is pretty much for decoration, so I might not be actually needing it for the rest of the channel, unless I wanted to create some sort of presentation, official looking type of thing. Now, it seems to be mostly it, and I suppose I should thank you for watching, and goodbye y'all.